Valley Club, another free promo code is live. How good are the free goodies for this one? Dark Dimension 8 is live next week. Blade Diamonds will be part of the rewards. How difficult is it going to be to actually enter the mode, though? And a slower character release cadence was announced last week, and now that some of the dust has settled from the community, how bad is this going to be, really? We're discussing all of these topics and more in this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. Joining me this week, literally from inside a potato, is one of the newest envoys, Dacier. And if you're ready for all of these topics and more, then brother Dacier, let them know what to do.
Let's go smash it.
And welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. This is Dacier, and this is your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. We do this every single week, keeping you up to date on everything that has happened and is upcoming in Marvel Strike Force. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button for more Marvel Strike Force content, a minimum of 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on the channel, usually more news videos like this, question and answer videos, update videos, everything to help your experience in Marvel Strike Force. But how has your experience been so far in Marvel Strike Force? One of the newest envoys. How has your experience in Marvel Strike Force been, brother Dacier?
So I've been playing for quite some time. We're in the same arena shard and everything, so I'm kind of like in that like soft launch. I took a little break, came back. That was maybe like back when like Doc Ock came out, but I'm still enjoying the game. I know there's a lot of issues going on right now, but I'm more confident, I guess you can say. I know there's a lot of cool, fun things on the way, so I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool things on the way, and there's a lot of things that are giving the community some hesitation of what is upcoming. And before we get to all that stuff, I do want to make a big apology for my video yesterday about this Annihilator's Assembly event. I was confused about it. I thought that the points for the Sentinel Strike, because they are the milestone points, lead into this. That did not happen. Now, what is going to lead into it is things like this: purchasable milestone points, free milestone points that you get. And if we look at what it said in the blog post, I'm not sure, maybe I was the only one confused about this, maybe I'm just a dumb one. I don't know if you got confused about this as well. It says Annihilator's Assembly, daily free claims on the web. Now, we have those free claims in the store, but I also thought it was the milestone points as well. I know it doesn't specifically say milestone points here, but I thought it was like that. And then promo code, which we do have for you. We're going to share that. Am I just stupid, or were you also confused, Dacier?
I was confused too. I had people asking in my Discord channel. I was like, how does this work? I'm like, I honestly don't know. It's one of those like convoluted things where you have like this leads into this, leads into this, leads into this. So it's confusing.
I guess I don't feel as bad as I did yesterday when I noticed I made the error. Apologies, and I hope it didn't cause anybody any confusion in the milestones for this event, but it is still bad. Apologize. I need to take more responsibility. I will do better. But let's talk about this promo code for you guys. Assemble. Have you claimed this yet?
I did, and it took me quite a few attempts. It gave me quite a bit, yeah.
I think you were saying like 5 to 10 attempts before we started recording. I think my max has been 5, so I have this entered. And of course, if you want to enter this, make sure your account is linked to marvelstrikeforce.com. Go to this new player gift section. It takes you to this. So we're going to do this live in the news. See if I get it right away, or if it takes me 5, 6 attempts, maybe more. Let's hit this button. Do I get it? Oh, I get it right away. Okay.
Why not?
That is not the results that everybody has gotten. And guys, it is some milestone points for the Annihilators Assemble milestone points, which is kind of a whaley milestone event, let's be honest. And then you get some Thanos Annihilator orb fragments. What do you think of this free claims? Free stuff. Did you open these Thanos Annihilator orbs?
I did. So that gets you 10. I got one Thanos shard.
One Thanos shard. Okay. Well, we'll go open it live in the game right now. Let's see what we get. Let's go do the claim. And do we get more than one shard? Do we beat that one shard? Let's go do this live. What is your prediction, Dacier? Do I get more than one, or do I get exactly one or less?
You're gonna hit the jackpot.
Hit the jackpot. Let's get 100 here. Oh, the jackpot of 0. I did worse than you. All right.
Apparently
but that is the code, guys. Hopefully you get a lot better drop rate than I did. But all right, that's kind of a good thing. That's kind of the correction for yesterday's video. Let's talk about something that does not need correction, that has the community hot. For myself, this is not good news. We will review this stuff, but I'm kind of a wait and see. This could be very, very bad depending how they structure the events. This could be fine. This could be not too big of a change just depending how they structure the events. If they structure it like they did with Temporal Dimension and the Shadow Dimensions, requiring characters before they go through all the phases of the release event, could be very, very bad. What is your thought on this character release event when you first saw this last week, Dacier?
So when I first saw and heard about it, I was kind of thinking the worst, kind of preparing for the worst, but hoping for the best. I'm always kind of in that mindset, just kind of like get prepared for what's the worst that could come. After a couple days and kind of sleeping on it, I calmed down a little bit, just thinking about all the other games I played. So like Rage of Bahamut, Raid's Shadow Legend. So all those games had like huge gacha mechanics in it, and really no farmability. The fact that we're keeping our farmability still intact, where you can get those characters at farmable at 4 months, unlock them at 7. So this definitely puts a huge hamper on those free-to-play and battle pass spenders. So I'm still not a fan of like what they're doing, but I really want to see if they keep making tweaks and adjusting this for the better of the community. So like start at this extreme, let's start pushing back, is what I'm hoping will happen.
Well, the good thing, they're not updating all characters, so Mythic, Epic, Legendary, they're still keeping them like that. And I guess if you're looking at the positive thing, we were talking about phase 1, there's some minimal chance of players getting a big drop rate for a single character. But to do that release after release after release, I think that chance is very, very small. Maybe like 1 out of 10 you might get a good drop rate. What do you think of this path 1? How good does it feel to get 0 Thanos shards and all those 10 orbs? How good do you like this trickle down effect before they reach 2, which I think is like the more traditional release method that we've had? They seem to be delaying that after about 30 days. Previously, what was it, about between a week and 2 weeks that we've gotten release events after their offer?
Yeah, the way I'm thinking this is going to work is after we get those character releases, how we've been having those extra shards come out in milestones and everything, what we've been used to, I think that's going to be the phase 2 portion. So for the first portion of it, phase 1, are basically these RNG orbs, which I really hate because we just saw, like, I got like 1 Thanos, you got 0. So
0! And it's called Thanos Orb.
Yeah, so if they tweak the orbs to make it to where like Gladiator when you first came out, make that 1 shard guarantee, then it goes into the Gore gets guaranteed 1, Gladiator gets 2, and kind of do it that, then Thanos gets 1, Gore gets 2, Gladiator gets 3. I think that would be a lot more tolerable. It's just they're looking at the wrong numbers. They're looking at people that spend power cores as well, when both of these teams, Illuminati with Hank Pym, those were required to get Captain Britain, and you need
or the next legendary. They announced it for the next legendary. I was looking for Pym and Shuri, not necessarily for Britain. I was looking for the next legendary, which with all the shards I have, I guess I didn't need to do that quickly.
Right,
we don't even have the next legendary unlocked.
Yeah, right.
I mean, announce. Yeah, of course it's not even announced. Jeez.
Yeah, we don't even know who it is, which is crazy. It's like, okay, so when do we find out who this character is?
Yeah. So now, as far as these orbs that we're getting, right? We're getting this trickle release. I just got 10, got 0. Could they have done that in 1 orb and maybe, I got 1 big orb. I didn't get anything in this 1 orb. I don't know if that wouldn't feel as bad or if that would feel the same. Would that feel the same to you if you got 1 orb and didn't get it, rather than getting 10 orbs and you got nothing as well? Does the amount of orbs make a difference, or does that not make a difference at all to you?
I think it's more of a feel bad when you get more orbs because you get orange gear. Why are they giving us orange gear? We're like in crimson gear.
It's not for us. It's not for us. It's not for us. It's the catch-up mechanic for players that still need that stuff.
Maybe. I don't know what like this like new and mid player is. Like, do they struggle with orange gear?
I don't know why they would do that stuff. I don't need that.
But yeah, I think they still need to figure something out with this orbs. It's nice that Sentinel has like guaranteed 1 shard. Hopefully, when the Nimrod comes out, it's going to be guaranteed 1 as well.
Yeah, we need a prediction on that. We're going to talk about Nimrod in a little bit. I want to get your prediction on what's going to happen with the release in this little bit. Now, moving on to this phase 2. This phase 1 is all these orbs and everything like that. But moving on to phase 2, I thought this was a little, the way they described it on an Envoy call that we had, I thought it was going to be a little more traditional unlocks, events that we've had. Doesn't seem like it here, though. Shards for characters of the new team will be available other ways through events. They do mention events, but battle passes, strike passes, milestones, and that's something that you highlighted here. Do you think a lot of these phase 2 shards will come through the free-to-play version of the battle pass, strike pass, through these milestones, traditional events, some combination, or it's going to be different for each character?
I think it's going to be different for each character, and the interesting thing is the battle pass. I had to see which pass it was. Like, that currently has an Ares in it. So are they going to start planning on having, say, like Gladiator with Ares in the battle pass? And we're going to start getting less Ares shards. So that's something that I'm kind of keeping an eye out for.
How many more Ares do we have to go? I know we've had at least one more that has to have those 100 passive abilities, passive awakened abilities. Is that the last one? Or are they going to keep going after that? I lost count already.
It should be more, because right now I think mine is at a 5 yellow, 4 red, and I think when I finish this one, that will get me up to 6. So there's probably going to be about 2 or 3 more. I believe. Okay. All
right. Just curious about that. All right. So yeah. So maybe doing double character release. I was just wondering if they might have Ares ending soon, and then they could do something like this for the new characters.
Yeah.
But it would have to be double if that's that time frame.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. Now, the other thing that they mentioned here, at least one character within 30 days after character's initial launch will have like a traditional release method. I was assuming it's one per team. They weren't really specified on the Envoy call if it's one per release, one per team. It's not really clear here. What did you think that meant when you heard that? Is it one per team, one per release? Sometimes we get character teams split up over a couple releases, right? So what do you think this means? One per release, one per team? It's going to change like everything else does? Is this not consistent?
Subject to change. I take it as at least one character on the team is going to have the traditional release that we're used to. Then the other two is going to be what we're dealing with right now, where it's the RNG orbs. The thing that I want them to start doing on this is when they do those like path 2 of such and such team, stay in there which character is going to be the event character and which 2 are not. That way we know which ones we want to push for those orbs, like using our power course.
Good call on that one. Prediction wise, you think normally they release like the better character at the last part of the team. So if they had 3 characters, it would be the 3rd character release, and like the not as good character is released first. Do you think that is what's actually the not as good characters released second? The pretty good characters released first. The best characters released third. Do you think they're going to keep that traditional release method and they're always going to have like the first one or always the last one? Or is that also going to switch which character is being released through that?
So funny enough, I feel that Nimrod is the more important character over Omega Sentinel.
I thought that as well when I was reading the kits. I was surprised Omega Sentinel was the last one.
Yeah, because Nimrod, given that speed to the team with as many summons that come down with that Sentinel can bring, and we could plug in Mysterio once we get the unlock, and that's going to add more of the tech villains on the field that summon to get Nimrod that extra speed right off the bat. So that's what I plan to do. So I feel that Nimrod's more important.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm kind of whittling my way through the raids right now with the 3-piece without even Nimrod, without even Omega Sentinel. So maybe neither of them are needed if you build the rest of the team and like Kang and Penny's like super big at all. All right, so we'll see what happens with this. I'm kind of a wait and see approach. Like I said, this could be very, very bad depending how they structure their events. And what they did say in the call, they didn't say it here, and I think it's an important point. They did say that after they wouldn't be structuring all these events for characters that require characters until phase 2. So we should have their initial release. And I believe they said phase 2 would be over, but I'm not particularly sure on that. Is that what you remember as well, or is that something, am I remembering wrong?
Yeah, they said something like with the